is an age of what? Quarrel and hypocrisy. Quarrel happens when we come together, and hypocrisy happens when we are alone. So there is a problem when we are alone, there is a problem when we are with others. Right? So the solution is, when we are alone, there has to be Krishna, and when we are with people, there has to be Krishna. Then there will be no quarrel, there will be no hypocrisy. Right? So today we will discuss how to have Krishna when we are with people, with devotees. And the next class, if whenever it happens, we will discuss how to have Krishna when you are alone. Is that okay? So then imagine we are in a community of devotees and there is Krishna here. Problem with many devotee communities is, porcupine? Hedgehog. Hedgehog is a wild rat, porcupine. It has those spikes coming out. So there is a porcupine community. During winter, they all come together. Why? They get warmth. Because of the cold winter. When they come together, they get warmth. But what happens when they are together? The spikes keep hitting each other. Oh, you are hitting me, you are hurting me. I will go away from this community. So they go away. So when the porcupine goes away, it dies because of the cold. If it remains with the other porcupines, he has to tolerate the spikes. This is a devotee's life. When we are with devotees, the egos hurt. But if we go away, we have no hope. So what do we do? How do we make our serving and living with devotees a happy experience? So today we will do one exercise by which we will learn some amazing skills. One skill I am going to share with you, which has personally helped me and which has improved my relationships with so many devotees with whom I have had conflicts also in the past. This is a very beautiful technique. And for that, you have karta? Yes. We are going to do interactive. Okay? So it will be like this. You'll have to pair up with someone. So maybe the person next to you is ideal. You have 5 seconds. All of you should have a partner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.3, 4.4, 5. Okay, everybody has a partner? Yes. Thank you. Anybody doesn't have a partner? There's going to be a meaningful discussion. Huh? It's not time pass discussion. It's going to be very deep and meaningful. Okay? Ready? Everybody has a partner? Yes. Okay. Now one of you will be A, the other will be B. All A's, raise your hand. Okay, so your partner is B. You'll remember? Okay. A and B. Now the first question. So it will be like this. When I play Kartal, start. So then A will speak for maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes. And B will do what? Listen and also remember what he's speaking. Means not that he's planning his own presentation. Is that okay? Yes. And then I'll play Kartal, that means you'll have to swap. Then B will speak, A will listen. First round. Okay? Now I'll tell you what to speak, otherwise you'll speak anything. So it will be like this. So I'll, in the first round, please remember the rules very carefully. This is the most important rule. Otherwise, you will not know what to talk, what to present to your partner. When I say start, A will start appreciating one person to B. Any person, but very important, this person should be alive. Not somebody who has left this world. Is that okay?
Say nice things about your partner?
If he is okay to listen to you. That's a nice point. You can. But sometimes what happens, it becomes artificial. Because it's very easy to appreciate a person on his face. But to talk about a person behind his back is very difficult. Yes.
So, is it someone to appreciate from around this area right now?
Yeah, I've not completed the rules. You are very brilliant. You're asking questions before. Let me complete the rules and then you can ask. So one is that person should be somebody who is in flesh and blood, alive, breathing in this planet. Okay? First rule. Second, he should or she should not be your spiritual master. Prabhupada, not Guru Maharaj. Why? Because it's easy to glorify Guru, Prabhupada, but very difficult to glorify others. So no Guru, no Prabhupada, no Krishna at this stage. And it can be anyone. Yes, it can be anyone in your neighborhood. It can be other devotees. It can be a librarian. It can be a school teacher. It can be a parent. It can be
Shiksha Gurus.
Spouse.
ideally no gurus. But there are so many others also you can. Generally we are very grateful to gurus, but there are so many others in our lives. We need to open our mind. Okay, but the most important rule I have not told you yet. So far you understood, right? When you the first round, you are going to appreciate someone who is alive, not your Guru, Prabhupada, Krishna. And it could be a parent, librarian, other devotees. Okay? But the most important criteria is, please remember, in the first round, you are going to appreciate someone, but it's all going to be about you.
What? Okay.
What does it mean? It's going to be something like this. This person is so good because this happened to me, or he's done this to me. You're getting it? It's all about I. It's all about me. I'll give an example. Let's say, what's your name, Prabhu?
Kevala Bhakti Prabhu.
Kevala Bhakti Prabhu. Kevala Bhakti Prabhu is my partner, imagine, in this game, okay? So if I'm going to start, now the bell has rung, I have to start appreciating. So I'll say, Kevala Bhakti Prabhu, I want to tell you today about one person I really appreciate, and that is Jigar. He is such an amazing devotee, amazing person. When I was very confused in my life, my mom was very sick and I was staying with her and I had to do so many things. He dropped everything and he came to the village where I was staying and he helped me clean up the house. He brought vegetables, he helped me manage my house, and he was such a help. I can never thank him enough. He's such an amazing devotee. And then the bell rings. I stopped. Did you notice what I did? I was appreciating him, but it was all about how he has helped me. Is that clear?
Yes.
Now, why are we doing this exercise? Let me give you a background. Many of us live in an scarcity mindset. One of the reasons why devotees get depression is because we only see our inadequacies, we only see what's not happening in my life. We hardly count our blessings. Although this exercise we are doing is kind of self-centered, it's about me, but still it is gratitude. There is gratitude. And once we practice gratitude, even though it's about me, at least we are not counting our curses, we are counting our blessings. That's a big difference here. And because we are thinking of what I have got, thanks to someone else, we will be entering a space of abundance. Is that clear? Can we do this exercise?
Yes.
I hope no confusion. So how is it going to, what is going to happen now? Who is going to speak first? A to B, and then when I play the kartal again, it's going to be D. We'll swap. Can we start? Hare Krishna.
I want to tell you about Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji. He is a big inspiration in my life. He is a brahmachari at ISKCON Chowpatty for almost 25 years now. And I really appreciate the articles that he writes at GitaDaily.com. He writes an article every day on his website. Actually, that helps me to get clarity on various different spiritual concepts. I, by myself reading Bhagavad Gita or any scriptural books, I don't get that level of clarity. It's only after I read his articles or when I hear his lectures, I really truly start understanding different concepts. I also like to hear the FAQs when people ask him questions and he tries to answer them in a video format. Also, there are articles where he answers those questions. So those are also very, very helpful in my life to basically implement few things, trying to make progress on my spiritual journey. So I really appreciate it. He's a great inspiration. He travels around the world so many times and he keeps enlightening so many devotees all over the world in spite of having a handicap in his leg. So he really inspires me and keeps me energetic in doing my daily activities, in trying to do my sadhana as well. So overall, he's definitely a very big inspiration in my life. And also, since I know him since so many years, I have been in constant touch with him. So that personal association, it's not just the virtual social media where I get association from him. I also have interacted with him in India, in US, and throughout the personal association he has inspired
Please
me.
swap. B can speak to A.
Okay, my name is Ramana Krishna. For me, I have a teacher, childhood teacher, and he came to my village and when I was in fourth grade, I was going to the school and after 2 months or something, he came to my grandparents and he was asking my grandparents, you want to teach your grandson nice Telugu and English because he just graduated and came to the school, small school, elementary school. And then he focused so much on me, in the sense like, he gives me like his own son, and he gives me utmost respect throughout my education. And after 7th grade, I left the school, I joined English school. Still he was encouraging me with where should I go for this subject, that subject, and all that subject. And he became like very inspiration for me, and he took a lot of responsibility like no parent would take, not like, I mean parents take, but that's how I felt. So because of him only I was able to accomplish education hours, everything, excelled everywhere, and every time I go to him, I visit the family and thank him every year at least when I was in India. And when I was coming here, he gave me a book, Bhagavad Gita, a small portion book. And then he knows that I was not into devotional thing and after came to America, every now and then we speak, and every time he was telling me, okay, you need to develop devotional service and all that stuff. And that Bhagavad Gita book, it has been there with me for the last 23 years, and it's behind my altar, and I always remember.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for doing this exercise. What you have just now done is, although you have spoken about yourself, but you are beginning to appreciate others, and especially behind their back. Generally, we appreciate in the front only. There's a difference between flattery and appreciation. Flattery is what we will tell a person in front of him, but not behind his back. And appreciation is what we can even speak behind his back. And flattery is the beginning of abuse, actually. But we are entering the space of appreciation and gratitude. Although it is I'll tell you how I realized this. Once I was standing in the morning temple greeting of deities, and suddenly I saw the devotee next to me was the kitchen cook, one of our brahmacharis. And I told him, Prabhu, the breakfast today was amazing. He had made upma, rasam, something, and then I said, I took 3 helpings. It was so tasty. It was made, I was explaining to him all the technical things. But I was appreciating him and he was happy. He said, Prabhu, I'm feeling so happy you're appreciating because I'm cooking every day. And those who are cooks, they know, and especially if cooking for brahmacharis, 70, 80, 100 of them, it's like a goalkeeper's job. Or in cricket, wicket keeper's job. You catch so many balls or you save so many goals, nobody appreciates. But if you drop one, they pounce on you. So when you are cooking, and if something is wrong, then immediately you get feedback. Then he was very happy that I was giving him appreciation. And I realized as I was appreciating, it was all about me. It was good, but it was about how I liked the prasad. And then I decided to change the gear. I decided to take my appreciation to the second level, which we will now do, which is going to be very interesting. You have to really use your brain now. But before that, I want to tell you that what we have done just now is not something ordinary. It is not something mundane. Because, appreciating for what we get in life, even small things, it goes a long way when we consider life and when we consider the end of our life. These things make a big difference. I'll tell you one story. How many of you know Gauranga Prabhu? He's one of our senior most leaders in our temple. And I'm sharing some secret about him. So we all joined, we were young. He's just 2 years older to me in age. Huh? Life? Okay, you will not hold it against him. We were all young at that time. So when I joined, I was 25, he was 27, and we were young, energy. And Gauranga Prabhu is somebody, those of you know him, he's a manager. He's a big heart, golden heart. He'll always serve devotees. But you'll never see him speak with love, He'll not sit and say, Prabhu, I love you. He's like, Abhi kya karna hai? Seva karna. So when I joined, I would see him come from the kitchen, and he would be like, and there was another brahmachari called Stoka Krishna Prabhu. Stoka Krishna Prabhu was a brahmachari who was very shy, and he would always go out of his way to serve devotees, although he was not obliged to serve. And his speciality was he would stitch kurtas, dhotis if it was torn, because we didn't have a tailor in the house, so he would do it voluntarily. And Gauranga Prabhu would come inside and from the kitchen and he would remove his kurta, make it into a ball. Hey, Stoka! I want this by tomorrow morning, okay? And he would go around, he would walk, and next day morning Gauranga would say, hey, Stoka, kurta de. Oh, Prabhuji, sorry, tomorrow. So he's busy, It's not that he can. And Gauranga would say, hey, you lazy fellow, and he would hit him on the back. And oh, sorry, Prabhuji, sorry. ठीक है, कल चाहिए, ठीक है ना? And then he would, basically he was a boss. And then he would give it, ठीक है. And it's not like, oh, thank you, Prabhu, you did it for me. No quote and unquote loving exchanges. But there was love. But it was an ordinary thing, stitching kurta. I was thinking, ठीक है, ashram में सब लोग, he was doing it for everyone. So Krishna Prabhu was doing it for everyone. But what I'm trying to say is, it's such an apparently small thing, but the impact it has when you consider the whole life. Because years passed, then Krishna Prabhu moved out of the ashram. He got married. And then his wife was pregnant. And then when his wife gave birth to a baby, he got cancer. And he had only 3 months to live. And he was dying on the bed, Stoka Krishna Prabhu. And my service was to read Bhagavatam for him so that he can remember Krishna. And I was reading Bhagavatam, and then doctor said, now anytime he can leave his body. He has maximum 12 hours. And then Gauranga Prabhu comes. And I can see that he's the most logical, intelligent person from IIT, Bombay. He's talking to the doctor, our Dwarkadish Prabhu, and he's telling him, Prabhuji, there has to be a way out. He has to be cured. It can't be like this. Again, not giving into emotions, but the most illogically he's arguing. I was like, what is he saying? And then Gauranga Prabhu realized that, and so Krishna Prabhu is gasping for breath, And he's like, it's like last moments. And then Gauranga Prabhu comes to me and we are sharing silence. I am reading shlokas, translation. And then Gauranga Prabhu says, Brijari, मैं पढ़ता हूँ. Give me. I will read Bhagavatam. I said, are you sure? Because I knew that he's very attached to Stoka Krishna Prabhu. They have been friends for so many decades. Yeah, I will read. He started reading, and as soon as his voice, Stoka Krishna Prabhu was so far gasping for breath. As soon as he heard Gauranga Prabhu's voice, immediately he started shaking. And I was like, and then he started moving his hands. And then Gauranga Prabhu, kya ho gaya isko? What happened? My friend, wait a minute, just let me, I'll tell you. And then I observed, And then so Krishna Prabhu, he's telling like this. His hands are like this. He's doing like this. And then he's doing like this. And Gauranga Prabhu was saying, "Hey, what is he saying?" And then I am trying to gauge the situation. I said, "Prabhu, look at your kurta." Gauranga Prabhu's button was broken. And I said, "Oh, bol raha hai, kurta nikalo aap." And he wants to stitch it. And as I said it, so Krishna Prabhu started, he understood that I understood. The way he was acknowledging, approving it. And I was like, and then Gauranga Prabhu at that moment, I had never seen him get so emotional, He actually broke down. He tried to remove his kurta, then put it back. He just broke down. And then I was thinking, well, I've seen this incident 20 years ago in the ashram. He giving his kurta, stitching, okay, move on. And apparently an insignificant small activity. But how much impact it had when it comes to the last moments. Some sincere service done with love. How much it touches the heart. So the culture of appreciation and recognizing is so important, because when we are dying, we will be only filled with gratitude. See, I'll tell you honestly, when we are dying, Krishna is giving us many things or taking away from us. Logically, materially speaking, when we are dying, we are getting or we are losing. Right? Everything is taking away, our family, body. And our success at the time of death is if we can be grateful while dying. Right? We are supposed to be grateful while dying. Only then we can go back home, back to Godhead. But if we can't be grateful when Krishna is giving, now Krishna is giving, right? You are healthy. When Krishna is giving, we are not grateful. So when Krishna is taking, how will we be grateful? Very difficult. Therefore, now whatever you are getting, if you are appreciating, although it is centered on I, it has a great impact at the time of death. So I started a gratitude journal every day, thanking. So then I realized after some day it was getting boring. It is not easy to thank. Like I thank my parents, I thank my grandparents. After 2 days, every day you can't do that. So I devised an amazing technique. My life changed after that. You know what it is? It is called fresh gratitude. Fresh gratitude means what has happened in the last 24 hours for which I'm really appreciative and grateful. So then what happens? My senses are alert always. 24 hours, what all happened? Oh, this was an amazing incident. Oh, this was very good, Krishna. This is nice. And then I write it on my journal. So then it's fresh gratitude. And once in a week, I also appreciate my parents, grandparents. But the point is, fresh gratitude keeps us alert to express gratitude as Krishna is giving us. And then when Krishna is going to take away everything from us, we will be ready to practice gratitude. Does it make sense? Once I was writing my journal, and I thanked one devotee, one of our brahmacharis. He's a great cook. I know there are some things I don't like rajma. Rajma, North Indian item. I don't like it. So this fellow told me, but he loves me. We are brahmachari in the same ashram. He said, Prabhu, you will love the rajma I make. I said, I don't like it at all. But what he did, he made it Mexican rajma. Rajma tacos. I was like, wow. And then I liked it so much. And then next day he said, Prabhu, today I'm making chole. I said, I don't like chole at all. He said, you will love it. What he did, he put basil leaves and he made it Italian chole. He called it Italian chole. It was so intoxicating, I said, wow, amazing man, you know how to make. And then I don't like a third sabzi, arbi. You know arbi? Yeah. And people say Radharani's favorite sabzi. So I say, oh, somebody who was a field of arbi must be spreading this story that it is Radharani's favorite sabzi. I should never like arbi. So what he did, he started making it deep fried, crispy, and I enjoyed arbi also. So like that 3 consecutive days he made sabzis which I don't like, but I enjoyed them. So on the next day morning when I was writing my journal, because I practiced fresh gratitude, I said, thank you Krishna, this devotee is so nice and he gave me such nice rajma, chole, like that I wrote. And I wrote that paragraph and then I had to urgently go to the washroom. I kept it there and I went. But we were in an ashram, right? So one devotee saw that. The screen was on. I forgot to Alt F, C, close. So he saw that gratitude journal. And then when I came back, he said, Prabhu, I'm sorry, but I saw this. You are thanking Krishna for Rajma Sabzi. We are supposed to thank Krishna for pure bhakti, no? Some small things you are thanking. Then I told him a statement which I realized at that point of time. I said, Prabhu, it is better to remember Krishna. It is better to thank Krishna and remember Krishna for ordinary things than to forget Krishna in the pursuit of the extraordinary. We have so many extraordinary goals, objectives, philosophy, very hi-fi. And in that process, we forget Krishna. Better to have ordinary things, but remember Krishna. Let us connect with Krishna wherever we are. So what we did just now, the first round, is all about I, me and mine. But we are grateful. Somebody came to my house, somebody helped me, somebody gave me nice prasad today. Just appreciate. Be grateful. Okay, so we'll do the second round now. Are you ready?
Prabhu, can you repeat what you said? It's better to remember
Krishna for ordinary things than to forget Krishna in the pursuit of the extraordinary thing. Okay, second round is interesting.